Hi, good morning. I'm John Scullin, Regional Sales Manager with Demers Ambulances, and today I'm going to give you a look at our MXP 170 Type 1 ambulance manufactured by Demers. This is the 2015 Ford F450 with a 170-inch module on a Type 1 chassis setup. One of the first things I want to show you about the Demers ambulances that enforces our view of safety, ergonomics, and how we approach the market is our heads-up console display. Our heads-up console display is available on every model that we build. We relocate the OEM radios, air conditioners, and other controls down to the center console. We move the emergency switching up into the dash. It gives the drivers and attendants easy access to the switching, keeps their eyes on the road, and really focuses on the safety aspect of operating the vehicle while still having easy access to the controls. That is exclusive to Demers, and it's available on Ford, Chevrolet, General Motors chassis, Mercedes Sprinters, Internationals, etc. For the front of the module, several configurations are available, whether you choose 5 lights across the front, 7 lights, different styles of Wayland such as M Series or 900 Super. This particular vehicle has a 4500 series light bar with 900 series outer lights and an air conditioner condenser. Also available and exclusive to Demers is our aero cap. The aero cap mounts on the roof of the vehicle, gives you the aerodynamic flow around the box to help improve your fuel economy, somewhere between 8 and 14% depending on the model of increased fuel economy. So for every 1,000 gallons of fuel you buy, if you can get 100 gallons of those back in your pocket at $4 a gallon, it's an obvious savings. The other nice thing about the aero cap, even though it's designed for aerodynamics, is you can get many more lights into that cap. Gives you again more intersection protection, 45-degree intersection protection, and more lighting to the front of the vehicle. All right, now we're going to talk about the exterior compartmentation of the Demers ambulances. We do a lot of things that will help for the durability, the life of the vehicle, the cleanliness of the compartments, and just overall maintenance and total cost of ownership. All these things benefit your service by keeping your vehicles on the road and running efficiently. Every Demers ambulance has a retention strap built into the door. There's only 2 ways to really hold on a door, either a gas hold open or a 90-degree spring hold open. In the past, many of the 90-degree spring hold opens had a lot of bolting problems with every manufacturer across the board. We decided to go with a gas strut, which is an easily replaceable part, but these can also be fragile if you overextend the doors or you aren't cautious when you're opening and closing. So for the durability of that and to keep from the door overextension happening, we've mounted a retention strap that goes from the compartment structure into the internal door structure. So when people are operating the vehicle, if they tend to overextend the door, you can see there's still no pressure on the gas shock. So you have a nice secure hold without overextension. It's going to save life on the gas struts. The doors themselves are manufactured out of a pan process with an extruded interior for strength. One of the first things you'll notice about the vehicle is how quickly and firmly they close. You can hear the sound of that door. We put a lot of pride into handcrafting these at the factory. We use rods, not cables, but in the event that you do have some sort of a latch issue or maintenance issue, you have an easy to remove access plate here that'll allow you to get to the back of the lock for any type of maintenance, lubrication, etc. Next, we're going to talk about our electrical multiplex system. The DEMS electrical multiplex system is standard on all Demers. All of our vehicles are multiplex, Type 1, Type 2, and Type 3. As you can see, easy access to any component you may need to work on. You have in and out signal lights for diagnosing when a light is on or the switch is on. It tells you which output does what. You can see for extra accessories that are added by customers on a custom vehicle like this, they may have some accessories that we don't necessarily have in the loom, so we will mark each one: flashlight pre-wire, flashlight pre-wire, flashlight 3 pre-wire, radio connections. We want to make sure the customers have easy access to all these for maintenance and for wiring when the vehicle arrives at their location. All of our wiring is stamped every 6 inches with the location of the function. A unique feature to Demers is finding the terminating points of each wire. You may find a wire in your ambulance that says dome light. The useful information from there would be to know where that wire actually ends up so you can work on it. In this instance, I'm going to use module 2. So we say module 1, which is our main module. Module 2 is our second, and module 3 is our third. So if you find a wire inside the vehicle that says M2J1089, you can easily diagnose it by going to module 2, plug J108, and pin number 9. So you immediately know where that function starts and stops. For instance, if it's a dome light, you know where this end is, you can go directly back to that dome light. The other unique feature about the Demers multiplex system is our cyber connection. Underneath the dashboard of the vehicle, there is always a plug that we have an interface cable. We'll plug into any internet-enabled laptop. You can get onto the internet website. Our service department is able to log into, diagnose, and reprogram, sometimes repair in cases, exactly what the functions are on the vehicle. Popular request would be that person may have ordered their vehicle and they want the scene lights to come on when they're in reverse, but they didn't specify that. In some cases, people would have to rewire portions of their entire truck. With the Demers, we're simply able to log into the multiplex, change the node settings, and turn that function on. All right, here we have street side 2 compartment, which is obviously available in a number of configurations. This particular vehicle has our most common configuration. There's a stair chair holder on the actual door. So for ergonomics and safety, also just for ease of loading, most people have their stair chair in the vehicle and they have other equipment in front of it. So when you do need to get to the stair chair quickly, it's sometimes difficult to access it. Here you'll be able to unbuckle the seat belt, take the stair chair right out. When you bring the stair chair back to the vehicle, you're not necessarily interfering with patient care. You can put the stair chair back in, strap it with a seat belt, which is actually tapped into the structure of the door for strength. And the stair chair holder is powder coated aluminum, so it's very strong. So as you can see, I'm not exactly a very small guy, but I can get onto this door and it operates very smoothly with me standing on it. When you look inside street side 2, this is our access to many of our functions, so they're easy to work on. For instance, behind this top panel is the suction pump. Just by removing a few screws, you're able to maintenance and or troubleshoot your suction pump should you need to reach that. Behind the second panel is our inverter battery charger. Again, very easy to access. The bottom can be used for miscellaneous storage, but keeping in mind that the stair chair does take up some of that compartment. Another nice feature of the Demers Type 1s is your 110 breakers are mounted conveniently on the wall. So if you plug in your vehicle and trip the circuit breaker, in many other types of ambulances you have to crawl under a seat to find that box. In a Demers, we put it right here on the sidewall, so it's easy to access. Now we're at the side of the vehicle, and I want to talk a little bit about paint warranty with Demers. It's a very robust warranty, and there's several reasons you'll see as we continue the demonstration of why we're able to offer that warranty. We use a zinc chromate primer and TriStar aircraft aluminum paint. The reason we do that is because TriStar aircraft aluminum paint is made for the aircraft industry. It's extremely durable. As you know, aircraft will expand, contract, so this has temperature, velocity resistance, and most importantly, corrosion resistance. Should your vehicle have a corrosion issue, we're going to cover it for 5 years, 180,000 miles at full coverage. It's not a prorated warranty. We're going to stand behind the paint on this vehicle. So for instance, if you found some sort of a corrosion bubble here on this side, we would cover that. Another small piece of that, fender wells that are mounted on vehicles are quite typically dissimilar metals. They may be aluminum on aluminum, but anytime you match two different pieces of metal, you can get dissimilarities and you can get corrosion. We use a one-piece fiberglass fenderette, which is secured on the inside of the frame, and we also use a Sikaflex coating here between the wheel well and the paint. This eliminates an extreme amount of corrosion, and we're also able to paint it to match the body of the vehicle. Very nice feature. Now we're at street side compartment 3. It is available with a number of different configurations. This particular vehicle is set up as a fire rescue model, so we have coverage over the interior cabinet. They don't want any carcinogens from their gear or air packs to travel into the patient compartment. At Demers, we use a dual gasket door extrusion. You have an exterior gasket that the door closes on, as well as an interior gasket. So when you do get water, dust, and other elements entering the vehicle, they have to pass two barriers to get into the compartment. What this results in is a very clean, temperature controlled, and humidity controlled compartment. Traditionally, ambulance compartments are vented to the exterior. So you'll have a hole cut at the bottom of the compartment with some sort of a rubber mechanism covering it. When you close the door, the air escapes by passing through that rubber flap. The problem is when you're going down a dusty road or it's raining, that flap is constantly moving, and that'll allow dirt and moisture into the compartment. We want to keep the equipment in here clean. So all Demers ambulances are vented internally. I pointed that out in the oxygen compartment, but all of the compartments are vented to the interior. No exterior venting. Again, it eliminates dust, it eliminates moisture, and eliminates the elements coming in and out of the compartments. It also gives you that solid door close we looked at earlier. Just like Street Side 2, if you prefer your stair chair or other equipment be mounted on this door, we can certainly do that as well. Here we are at the back of the Demers vehicle. The main feature that differentiates us from the other manufacturers is our automotive style windows. So the door is pressed into a pan form for the frame of the window. We then seat the window with Sikaflex automotive grade sealant, same thing you use on your windshield. Now, two nice features here. We do it mainly for corrosion, secondarily visibility in and out of the vehicle, and finally it just gives it a more aesthetic appearance. This is our flip up center section, heavily reinforced, easy to operate. If you look at the flip up section, a lot of manufacturers don't put this level of detail in to reinforce this actual step. So along with the box frame, you have supports welded in to give you extra strength for durability. Traditional diamond plate is obviously very slick. So instead of traditional diamond plate or a gator grip where you could twist and lock your foot in and cause knee injuries, we use a combination system of an open grate with texture. So it gives you good grip, but you're still able to move your foot around to pivot in and out of the vehicle, preventing any types of leg injuries. Another standard feature on the Demers that we've been doing for many years is the safety releases on each nadir pin of the back and side entry doors. In the event of a collision or some sort of a hardware failure, you're able to still get in and out of the vehicle safely. Each one controls each nadir pin separately. So in the event that you have a failure, you're still able to get out of the vehicle with an easy release of the 4 latches. They're located at the top and the bottom of every entry door, and it's standard on all Demers ambulances. Now we're at the curbside window, which is an optional feature available on some of the Demers modulars. Again, the same flush style automotive grade, held in with Sikaflex, normal windshield sealant, preventing that corrosion, giving you a nice smooth side to the vehicle, helps with the aesthetics. As you can see, we can match the paint, vinyl, and graphics to cover over the window seamlessly. Here we'll talk about our side entry door and some of the options that you haven't seen so far. These are our portable oxygen brackets with a Lexan cover to protect the valves and for occupant safety. You can mount those in a variety of places. This is a very popular configuration because it's accessible from the interior or the exterior of the vehicle. Well, here at this door, I'd also like to highlight a few things that set us apart from the competition. We never mount our door entry hardware on the access panel. In the event that you have to do repair or maintenance to the lock system or the rod mechanisms, many times people would have to remove their entry hardware to get that panel off. You can see here very easily with 10 screws, this whole panel will come off. You're able to adjust the rods, lubricate the locks, do any type of general maintenance and or repair that may come up. You'll see the electric door lock switch. As I highlighted earlier, we have module entry locks are standard on all of the Demers. I'm going to highlight the ALS compartment. This particular vehicle is again the MX170 Type 1, which offers our largest ALS configuration cabinet with interior-exterior access. You can see, first of all, again, all aluminum construction, heavy-duty shelves that are adjustable to meet the customer's needs. This particular section you'll see inside the vehicle is access to a rolling drawer, which could be used as a locking drawer or narcotic storage, whatever the customer prefers. Easy access to 110 and 12 volt outlets, well vented and well lit. We'll talk about our interior cabinet lighting when we get inside the vehicle. Access to the batteries is also very simple here. A rollout tray, just your conversion batteries, and easily labeled so you can see if they're OEM or conversion. I'd like to also talk about our Sure Start battery isolator. Most manufacturers will link the 4 chassis batteries together. So in the event that you have 2 batteries fail on the chassis or 2 batteries fail in the module, you generally end up replacing all 4 batteries on the vehicle. We use an isolation system called Sure Start. So in the event that your chassis batteries go dead, when you come back to the vehicle, turn your key on and cycle the ignition, the isolator opens up and you can actually start the vehicle from the conversion batteries. If you have a conversion battery problem, they can be easily replaced by replacing just those 2. If you have a chassis battery problem, you can easily replace just the 2 chassis batteries. This saves money for you on the maintenance. Traditionally, ambulances have always had to have all 4 batteries replaced when one goes out. We pride ourselves on this isolation system because it's going to save you money on the bottom line and you don't have to change batteries as often.